All right, on this video, I want to show you a couple of things, such as revolve, putting decals, uploading a picture and tracing that picture, and a couple other things that you're going to find useful. All right, so what you want to do once you open up Autodesk Inventor is click on Part. Let's go and save this already. So let's go to File, Save As. You look for your folder in Desktop. Double click on your folder to open it, and this one we'll call it vase. It's going to be shaped like a vase. Then just put your first and last name on it, and then click save. Okay. All right, so we're going to sketch. So click on 2D sketch, click on XY plane as we always do. uh, from the middle right here, you're going to create a line. Let's make that 4 inches. So before you click, type in 4 and then press enter. So your line should be 4 inches long. Okay. I'm going to right click and then cancel. I'm going to create a line again from the bottom, and we're going to make that 1 inch. So again, after you click here, drag your mouse and then make it 1 inch. Let's do the same thing on the top. So I'm going to cancel this one. Go to line again. And again, this is 1 inch. Making sure that line is straight. Okay. We're gonna draw another line from. So what I did, I just clicked on the line, and it ended that segment. So I'm gonna start from the bottom. I'm gonna go, let's say, 2 inches up. Okay, I'm just making sure my line is straight. 2 inches. Okay, and now we're going to go back to line. Instead of using line though, we're gonna click on spline. So I clicked on that word line with the arrow. I'm gonna click spline. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. I'm going to click on the edge of this line, the end of that line. I'm just going to make it curve like a vase. Okay, I'm going to form a little curve here and then click when it turns green there at the end of that line. And you can click check if you want to, as long as you form that connection there. Okay, now you have to make sure that all your connections are good. So what you want to do is to make sure the connections are good, there are no gaps. We're going to select a line and we're going to right click on it, and then we're going to say close loop. It says select curve that is connected to the start end of the open loop. Continue selecting curves until the loop is closed. We're going to click OK. So from here, you know how I selected this line? I'm going to select a line next to it, meaning that I want that to be connected, and I also want this to be connected. The loop has been successfully closed. Okay. I usually do that when I'm doing some sketching where there's a lot of connections. I have to make sure that my loop are closed. So I finish the sketch. Let's click on home so you can see it. We're going to use revolve. This face is already selected, this profile. So you notice you select axis right here, it's highlighted with that blue thin line. If I select on profile, you'll notice that blue thin line goes here. So the profile is this. Select axis. This is where the profile will go around. So we're going to select not the number 4 there, not the line for number 4, but this line right here. Okay. We're going to select that, and you'll notice it will make that turn. Okay. So this is useful when you're making something cylindrical. Click OK. All right. We want to look like a vase. So what we're going to do, we're going to click on shell. You're going to select the top of this, and what's going to do is going to create a nice shell. Okay, So all the walls are 0.1 inches thick. So let's change that to 0.2. Okay, just make it a little thicker and click OK. Now we want it to look like a vase, like a nice looking vase. So we're going to add some features to it. We're going to smoothen out these edges. So you're going to click on fillet. Okay, click on fillet. You're going to select this edge. That's too much. So we're going to say 0.05. Okay, and then we're also going to select the inside edge. Make that 0.05. Now it's rounded and nice. Okay, all right. We're going to zoom out. Now we're going to do the bottom. We're going to do chamfer instead. If you zoom in, you're going to see that chamfer is a little bit, it's like fillet, but it's not, it's they're straight edges, just like that. Okay, so that's what a chamfer is. And you can change the on the amount of chamfer by using distance, by changing the distance. Click apply. All right, and cancel there. So now you have your vase. So at this time, it's probably a good idea to save it. So click on save just to make sure that it is safe. All right, now we're gonna do some, you're gonna use emboss. What we're gonna do, we're gonna create a plane in front of this vase. So I'm gonna click on home. To create a plane, we have to draw something in order to emboss something here, and you'll see what emboss means later. So we're going to click on plane here, and we're going to click offset from plane. Okay, nothing appears. But if you go to origin and click on this plus sign, look for XY plane, click on it. Okay, now you have an XY plane. Um, we don't want it in the middle. We want to drag this arrow, okay, out. You'll notice the shadow is kind of changing. It's lighter here. That means it's still in the vase. So we want it to come out a little bit. Okay, the distance doesn't matter as long as it were outside the vase. Click check. Now you have a plane there. Now we're gonna draw on that plane. So we're gonna click on 2D sketch here, work plane 1, and we're gonna put the word ace. We're gonna click ace. Oh, I'm sorry. We're gonna click on text, and we're gonna type in ace here. We want that text to be 0.5 big, and now we're gonna change that first, and then we're going to type ace. Okay. All right. So click OK, and now it's there. I'm gonna click cancel to remove the text. I'm going to move it here, right in the middle, and then finish the sketch. We're gonna take that sketch, and we're gonna use that to create an emboss on this vase. So emboss is this. You're gonna click on emboss, select your profile. Since that's selected, we have to click on ace. Now it turns blue. And we're going to change this direction towards the vase. Okay. And then you're going to click OK. All right. So there you go. You embossed it. So that's emboss. Okay. But as you notice, you see how it's curved kind of doesn't look natural, right? See, you see that it's not natural. So we're gonna fix that. We're gonna double click on emboss to edit that. We're gonna say wrap to face, and then we're gonna select the face again, and then click OK. So now you'll notice that the letters and the walls are perpendicular to the curve of that vase. Okay. Now, if you don't want emboss, we can use engrave. So let's edit emboss, and this is engrave. We're gonna wrap it to face. We might select the depth to be 0.05 so that it doesn't penetrate through the vase. We're gonna click OK, and there you go. All right, the walls are perpendicular to the vase. Okay, to the walls of the curve. All right. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. So now we can keep using this work plane. But for now, we're going to turn it off. Okay, so let's go to work plane 1. We're going to right click on it and then turn off the visibility for now. Don't delete it, just turn off the visibility. All right. I want to show you how to put use a image if you want to trace an image, and you can actually use that create a design. So what we need to do first is look for an image. So let's go to Google. I'm gonna use this one because it's easy to use. The curves are easy. Now at this point, if you want to look for a different image or logo, you can go ahead and do that. Um, all right. So anyway, you're gonna right click on that image and you're gonna save it. Okay. I want to save it under my desktop, under my folder, and we're gonna call that revolve symbol. So always give it a name because it's so much easier to find. And also make sure it's either JPEG or PNG. Okay. No, not other file. Click save. All right. So now that we have that, let's go back to Inventor. Um, what I'm going to do, I'm going to sketch on the bottom part of the Inventor. So I'm going to click on 2D sketch. We're going to sketch on the bottom part of that vase. And then we're going to click on image. I'm going to choose my Rebel symbol image. I'm going to click open, and never mind. So I'm not sure why that's doing that. So I'm going to click cancel. Um, delete that, and delete that. All right, let's try that again. So image, symbol, open. All right, I just clicked and the image open up. It happens to be very big, so let's change it. I'm going to click on right click and then cancel. I'm going to take one corner. Oh, it moves it. I don't want it to move, so I'm going to use a different corner. See if I can uh, make that smaller. All right, I'm going to zoom in. I'm trying to center this right on that bottom of that vase. Okay. All right. I'm going to click on, actually, no, I'm not going to click on that. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to right click on it and see if I can change the uh, transparency, but I think I cannot. So anyway, the only hard thing about this is it's black. It's kind of hard to, what do you call this, trace, because the lines will also be black. So let's go ahead and try it anyway. All right. So I notice this is a circle, so I want to use a circle. Boom. I get the middle of that. I get the middle of this. Okay, as much as possible, get the middle, and then I'm going to create my circle. And just following the shape of this symbol. Okay. I'm going to right click and then cancel. I might be able to move it. Let's see if I can move it. There you go. Okay. It's kind of good. Let me move to the left a little bit. All right, good. All right, so now I'm going to use my spline tool to trace all these curves. So I'm going to go to spline. I know it terminates right here, but I guess I'm just going to extend it up here. And I'm going to start clicking. Okay. I can zoom in. Okay, I'm just following that. With this spline, you want to use like small um, intervals. The smaller they are, the better your spline will be, meaning it'll be more accurate. And here, this is going to be my last point for this spline. So I'm going to click check. Okay. Now I'm going to change my spline to a straight line because I'm going on a straight line right now. Okay. And there you go. And then come back here and then do spline. So I don't have to cancel it. I can just change the from line to spline. All right. You notice it's snapping. It might be a good idea to hold down control. See, it's not snapping anymore. But if I let go of control, it starts doing this snapping. I don't know, for some reason. So anyway, so if you hold down control, you have a better control of those that yellow dot. Okay, this one's a little tricky. So what I will do is make my what do we call this? Make my intervals very small when I get to the corner. So holding down the control kind of helps me um, pinpoint where I want to click. So I'm going to click check again. So I'm gonna go all the way around. Okay. So that's why this video might be a little long because of that. So I'm gonna try to speed this up. Yeah, that wasn't that great, but we'll take it. Change that to spline. So this one where my spline intervals are shorter, it helps with pin putting those points. All right, again, line. Or hopefully this is the last one. So I'm just gonna finish that curve, right? So I'm gonna do it real quick, as fast as I can. I know it's not gonna be perfect, but for the sake of watching this video, at this point you can fast forward to the point where I end this, because I'm gonna show you something that you have to do um, before you actually finish it. Okay. All right. Well, when I click on that check mark, I have to let go of control. So don't forget that the control part. Um, I'm gonna remove the original image out of the way because I don't need that anymore. I'm gonna use my trim to get rid of the extra lines. And then before I finish the sketch, I'm gonna right click on a line. I'm gonna choose a line. I'm gonna choose this one because I don't know why that's dotted. Um, okay. Oh, because I'm still on trim. So I gotta cancel. So that's why it was dotted, because it was on trim. I'm gonna right click here, and then I'm going to close loop. Click OK. So now I'm just gonna go around and make sure the lines that I want connected are selected. The loop has been closed, successfully closed. Click OK. Now, if you don't close that loop, you won't be able to extrude. I'm gonna finish that sketch. So I'm gonna use that sketch to extrude and create a little profile here. I'm gonna go back on it, cut away, and I'm gonna make that small cutaway 0.05. Okay. Now I have a little uh, logo at the bottom of my base. All right. One last thing. I'm gonna use that symbol again. Okay. So this time I'm going to create a decal. So decals are great just for show, but they're not. They don't 3D print. Okay. They're nice to put a logo on something, but again, they're not. They're not gonna be 3D printed. Okay. So I'm gonna turn on my work plane again, that one I had earlier. Right click on it and turn on the visibility, and then you're going to sketch on it. So we're gonna sketch on this work plane, and we're gonna put that logo again. So go to image, select that logo, click open, and then click somewhere on the side. You have your logo. Right click on it and then press cancel. Let's make it smaller, something workable. Okay. I'm going to put it right on the center above ace. Okay. I'm going to click finish sketch, and then I'm going to press decal. The image, click on image. Make sure you click on that image that you created. Select face. We're going to select this face. Okay. We want to wrap on the face, so we're going to click on wrap to face, and we're going to click OK. So now their image is there, right? Now, if you want that image to be on the back over here, what we need to do is move that image somewhere else. So let's try that again. Move back. But what we need to do is we need to change that image and move it. So imagine wrapping this paper around it. So I'm gonna double click on sketch 4. I'm gonna take that image and move it here. So if I was gonna wrap that paper, if I want this image to be in the back, I'm gonna have to move it to the right. Um, and if you move it further to here, it's gonna go on this left side. Okay, so let's try that. Finish the sketch. We're gonna press decal, click on image 1 or one image, and then select face, wrap the face, and then click OK. Okay, so it wraps around it. Okay, so that's if you want the decal to be there. Now we just have to turn off this work plane. Go to work plane, turn off the visibility, make sure you save it, and you're pretty much done with this assignment. Okay, make sure you show me the assignment so you can get full credit. And thank you.